Okay, hey. My phone's a little charged. I don't know why my face is like red right here. I think I've been leaning on it. My phone's a little charged, so we're gonna get back into it. So I was talking about day 2, I almost died. I almost got kidnapped and how I got into prostitution and all that stuff or whatever. Day 3, the best part. Day 3. When day 2 happened, my ex told me don't mess with black dudes. That was like a code of the streets. When you a prostitute, you are not supposed to mess with young black men because they're troublesome. That's the code of the streets. Hey, I ain't saying that. I'm saying in the streets, when you live in that life, that's what the code is. That's the code. So don't come at me, okay? Come at the game. And so, yeah, day 3, he had told me that day 2, but day 3, like I didn't take it seriously or whatever. So day 3 came around and there was a young black dude that came up, and I say that because of what I just said. He came up and acted like he was tricking. So I told him I did the whole, the whole process or whatever. I told him my price, my time, and had him show me the money. He showed me the money. He showed me the money. I get in his car and I'm like, boom, go over to the area that I'm supposed to go to, whatever. So we go over there and we do our little thing, get in the back seat and do our little thing. He's like, I got some lube in the front seat. So he goes into the front seat, comes back to the back of the car with a gun in hand. A little pocket rocket, a little something probably about the size of my hand, maybe, I don't know if it was smaller. But he pulls it out, he's like, give me my money back or I'm gonna shoot you. He looked me dead in my eyes. He's like, give me my money back or I'm gonna shoot you. And I'm looking at him, and my life is in danger, so I'm like, I have to quickly think about what how I'm about to move right now. So my first thought when he pulled that gun on me was I ain't gonna say his name, get your ex. That's what came out. I believe that was God. He said, get your ex, get your ex. I'm not saying his name, but God said his name. I believe it was either God or an angel, one of them. They were like, get him, go get him. Because I had my ex on the phone. Anytime I made a play, I would have him on the phone, like with headphones. He wouldn't be listening like that. He was just listening to make sure there was no danger or whatever. So I had him on the headphones or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna get my ex. So I start fumbling through my stuff. I'm butt naked, no clothes on. I start fumbling through my stuff. I'm not finna give him the money. Because I'm like, bro, you gonna have to shoot me, I guess. Because it's the principle for me. You're not finna do that to me. I feel like I just got raped. So I'm like, no, you're not about to do that. And so I go fumbling for my stuff, and I get my headphones and I put them in, and I'm like, babe. Like I say it quiet. I'm like, babe. Like I'm not trying to alert the dude to the fact that he's on the phone, because I'm not trying to get shot. So I'm quietly like, I'm like, babe. And apparently my ex was telling me, he was like, when you were trying to talk to me, he said the phone was messing up. The phone wasn't working right. I don't know what he said, but he was like, the phone wasn't working. I was like, huh? Like, it had to have been the devil. And so I was like, babe. And I'm getting all my stuff, and I get out of the car, because I'm not forgiving the money. It's not happening. You have to kill me for this, boo. I get out the car. The man come around the back of the car, and I'm looking for my ex to see where he's parked at, because he had parked like 100 feet away or something like that. He would always park nearby so that if something did happen, glory be to God that it did work out this way. If something did happen, then he could be right there. So I'm looking for him, and I think I seen the car, and then I turned to look at the dude, and he's in front of me starting to do like this. The man about to shoot me. So I see him, he's right in front of me, probably like 3 feet away, literally like point blank range. And I think I don't even remember, it happened so quick. He had like lifted his hand. When I tell y'all, it was God or an angel or somebody that moved my hand. I have never moved this fast in my life, bro. It was like a reflex. I know it wasn't me, because I didn't have the ability to think that quickly that he was about to shoot me in my face. I didn't even think, like it wasn't clicking. It just wasn't, like, and it was too much. I didn't know. I've never been in this situation before, so I'm like, what do? I don't know what to do. I'm like, damn, I'm finna die. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even thinking like that. Bro, I literally moved so quick and smacked his hand like this. Or it was either like this or it was like this. One of those. But I know it was so quick. Bro, by the time I smacked his hand, the gun went off. So he was already pulling the trigger. when I did that. I smacked his hand and he looked at me so crazy. He got scared or something. I'm not even joking, bro. Like, he looked at me like, and he started backing up. Like, is this girl Superwoman? Who is this? He started backing up. I for real know it was God. Like, it was something God did. God gave a command, or he did it himself. One of the two. And that happened. I smacked his gun. And he was trying to shoot me right here in my forehead. Like, I was finna die for real. And he started backing away. Like, he was like, what the freak? And then as soon as he shoots me, like, I turn away. And I felt my head. It grazed my head. I still have a scar right here. You can't really see it. It's a little line right here. But it's bald right there. And so hair is not growing back in that little spot. So I felt my head. I'm like, bro, did I just get shot in the head? Because I look and there's blood on my hand. So I'm like, did I just get shot in the head? Like, am I finna die? Is my brain out of my skull right now? I don't even know. That's how it was goofy the way I was thinking. But it wasn't really goofy because I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. So I feel it. I see the blood. And I just remember screaming, babe! Because my ex was there. He could hear me. At that point, I screamed. I said, babe! Man! When I tell you because he told me afterwards, my ex told me, he said, I heard the gun go off. And then I heard you scream. He said, I heard you scream and I heard the gun go off. He said he was packing his shotgun quick. He was like, here's a little sawed-off shotgun. He packing it. And then I seen him, bro, I ain't never seen him run this fast in my life. He runs fast, but I'm talking about like the Flash. I'm not even joking. He pulled the car up, and jumped out that mud, shoot. And he started going, he runs so quick. He got long legs. He got stride and speed. So he's gone, shoot, with his little sawed off. All I hear is, boom. And then I get down, right? I get down, I'm butt naked, still butt naked, y'all. I get down on the ground and cause they shooting back and forth. He got his little pocket rocket and he got this sawed off. So I'm hearing boom, fat, boom. Like it's crazy. And so I'm down in the street, bro, I'm smiling, but I'm traumatized. Like, bro, I'm serious. I get down in the street, bro. Fam, I literally, bro, this is so traumatizing, bro. I look up, I could feel something. I thought somebody tapped me or something on my shoulder. Bro, I look up and it's my car. My ex didn't put the car all the way in park. I don't blame him. He was moving fast. He said he tried to, but it didn't go. And so my own car was rolling, about to run me over, bro. I look up, it's already on me by the time I even see it. So I look up, I'm thinking it's a Tahoe, because I had me a little box car, like a little Toyota Scion is what it was. And so I look up, and it's already on top of me by the time I look up. And I'm like, what? I didn't even have time to think. By the time it's rolling on top of me, bro, my body twisted in ways that bodies should not be twisted. My neck, I remember my face scrunching into the ground as I'm getting run over, my neck twisted. I'm surprised my neck didn't snap, bro. That's all grace and mercy of God that my neck didn't snap, or my spine, that I'm not paralyzed. Because the car was probably... It was just enough off the ground for my body to fit underneath, because it was a little SUV type, but it wasn't that far off the ground. Probably about that much, like the size of my head off the ground. And so, bro, I get run over by my own car with nobody in the driver's seat. I think I had passed out or something, because like I remember my face being smushed into the ground, but it was like I woke up and I was underneath the car. So I must have passed out from something time in that. I don't know if it was from shock or it was from, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I passed out. And I woke back up and I'm underneath the car. I probably passed out for like 10 seconds. It couldn't have been that long. And because they were still shooting back and forth by the time I woke up. And what's it called? I wake up and my leg is like up in the car. Is where I got this scar from. It's burned. It's a burn because the car was just on. So it was hot. And so my leg was stuck up in the car and I'm just on my back. And so... I wake up and I'm looking around. I'm like, what's going on? Like, not even what's going on. Like, I knew what was going on, but it felt like a dream. You feel me? I'm just like, huh? What's really happening right now, bro? And I hear them shooting back and forth, and I feel weird. What was happening was I was bleeding out, is what I was bleeding from my head, and I was bleeding internally because my pelvis snapped in 3 different places. And there is a lot of arteries and blood vessels in your pelvic area. like a lot. That's where your spine connects to your legs, and it's just a lot going on right there. And I'm a woman, so there's my uterus and everything is right there. And so I'm just like, what's going on, bro? Like, I'm just trying to get a hold of myself, because I'm like, huh? Like, what's even, I don't even know, bro. And so I hear them shooting back and forth, and I'm just sitting under the car, like, I feel weird. My brain is slowing down. Like, my thoughts are slowing down. So I'm like, I'm thinking, all of a sudden I start thinking about God, and I'm starting to think about my life, and like, you know what I'm saying? My whole life flashing before my eyes, and I just come to the realization, like, I'm finna die. I'm finna die. Then I'm like, I'm 19 years old, and I'm finna die. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about my whole life. This memories coming back to me that I hadn't thought of in so long. I'm like, how do I even remember this? Like, that's when people say your life flashes before your eyes. It really does. It's not like, it was kind of like a movie playing. Not even a movie playing, because it wasn't necessarily in order. It was just like different memories just coming back and just flooding. Like, I'm just thinking about when I was a little kid and like hanging out with my cousins and all this different stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Thinking about spending time with my mom. And so all I could think about was God and my family, and how I wanted to spend my life with my ex or whatever. And I was just like, dang, like, I'm only 19, bro. Like, all my life has been not even my life has been meaningless, but all the things that I've been caring about, all I cared about, I've been doing this for this money. Like, this stuff doesn't matter, bro. Like, it's meaningless. I realized how meaningless so much stuff was when I was in this position. And so I was just like, dang. And I was like, dang, I gotta tell him, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, I gotta tell him I love him. Talking about my ex. I was like, I gotta tell him I love him, I'm finna die. Like, I just knew I was finna die. And I knew I wasn't finna cease to exist. Like, I knew my soul, my spirit was about to go somewhere. I knew it was. People say, well, we don't know if, you know what I'm saying, you're going to heaven, hell to exist. You know you're going to go somewhere, though. If you don't know anything, you know you ain't about to cease to exist. And so I just remember I just let out a scream. I just screamed. I didn't even know why I was screaming. I was just screaming. Like, I was scared. I was traumatized. Didn't know what was about to happen. I just let out a scream. And then I think I passed out again or something, and I woke up, and my ex was calling my name. He was like, Naya. My name was Naya at this time. He was like, Naya, Naya. I was like, I couldn't really say anything. It was hard for me to speak. Like, I didn't have energy. I felt like I wanted to go to sleep. And I just woke up, and like, I see him under the car reaching for me. He was like, give me your hand. Because I turned to look at him. He said, give me your hand, give me your hand. And I tried to reach, and I couldn't reach. I couldn't stretch or anything to move over because my pelvis was broken. And so I didn't have any feeling. Like, I couldn't move my leg or anything to give myself strength. I was losing blood. I couldn't move. And I was stuck under this car. There wasn't much room to be able to move around like that. And so he couldn't reach me. And then I think I passed out again. And I woke up, and to him putting me inside the car. And what woke me up was my pelvis grinding. Like, my pelvis, like, my whole right leg was completely disconnected from the pelvis. So my pelvis had ground or something, like, and I woke up, I was like, stop, it hurts, stop. And he was like, I'm sorry. Like, he was trying to figure out what to do. He's frantic. And I just passed out again. And I woke up, and he had me on the ground, rocking me in his arms. He was sitting there. He was like, and then when he saw me wake up, he was like, what, don't go to sleep. He was like, stay awake, don't go to sleep. And I just remember saying, I'm trying. I'm trying. Like, with the least small bit of energy I had, I was like, I'm trying. And like, I was trying, you know, I was like nodding, I'm nodding. He's like, don't go to sleep, stay awake, please. And I guess somebody else had heard what was going on, and this man came over, and my ex had told him to call the police while he was yelling my name and stuff. I forgot that part. He was like, call the police. And so, By the time I passed out in his arms again and woke up, the ambulance was there. And they were trying to get me out of his hands. And he was like, I don't want to let, he's like, I can't leave her. Because he thought I was going to die. And so they were like, you have to. She's going to die if you don't. You have to let her go. And so he finally let me go reluctantly. And they put me on the gurney or whatever. I think I passed out again or something. I think I heard him say something like, I'm going to come see you or something. He said something. But I passed out again. I woke up and they were frantically trying to make sure I was good. And they were like giving directions of where to go to the hospital. They were like, go to Parkland. And they, as soon as they saw me awake, when I woke up this time, I was awake. Like I wasn't going back to sleep. Well, I was awake, but like I woke up and they were like, what's your name? I gave them my name, my birthday, all that. They do all that. And so I was like, where's my stuff or something? I was like, where's my stuff? They were like, oh, the police have it or something like that. I was like, okay, I think I passed out again by the time we just pulled up to the hospital and woke up, and they were bringing me into the emergency room or whatever to do the surgery, quick surgery on me. Bro, it was like 10 to 15 people in the room, like frantic, like get this, get that, get the blood, get this, get that, get this tool, get that, because I was finna die for real. They had this little belt, bro, that they put, bro, that stuff hurt so bad. The adrenaline was wore off by this point. I woke up. At this time when I woke up, I was up for real because my body started going into shock. So I woke up and I was like, they were putting this belt around my waist and like tightening it up to make my pelvis, everything come together. And bro, that hurt so bad, bro. I cannot explain. I literally was begging them. I was like, bro, please put me to sleep. Put me to sleep. I don't care. I'll give you permission, whatever consent you need. Put me to sleep. Please put me to sleep. Put me to sleep. Put me to sleep. Like I was all of that. And they were like, just going back and forth, whatever. Eventually, like after another 30 seconds to a minute, my body started contorting. Like my arm was starting to do this. My breath, I started breathing fast. Like my body was going into shock for real. My tongue started popping out of my mouth. Like my eyes started shaking. Like it was, bro, like I'm telling you, like this is the most traumatizing thing I've ever been through in my life, bro. Like all this is happening. And the lady's like, calm down, it's okay, breathe. I'm like, I can't. Like my body's going into shock. It's called hypovolemic shock. My body started going into hypovolemic shock because I was losing so much blood. The blood from all the rest of my body was going to my organs, trying to keep my organs alive is what was happening. So that's why my body started doing like this, and like because the blood was leaving all of this area and going straight to my core. And so man, bro, and I was like, bro, put me to sleep. I was repeating myself. I was literally begging them to put me to sleep. And so finally they put the thing on my face and I'm breathing. Cause I couldn't really breathe straight. Like I was trying to calm down and I couldn't. My body physically had no ability to calm. I could not calm down. And so my heart started, I could feel my heart pounding. Like all of that, bro. And so I remember a lady, she came and grabbed my face and she was like, I'm right here. She was like, you're good, it's okay. Like she was trying to calm me down, but it wasn't happening. And so she was just trying to, and I God bless her, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But they put that thing on my face and I was gone. I was out of there. I wake up 2 days later. They put me in an induced coma. I wake up 2 days later and my mom is sitting in my bed. I had a tube down my throat, a breathing tube down my throat. And I just wake up and I see my mom. And then she had ran and told the lady I was awake. And whatever, I don't know how long it was before they took the tube out, but they ended up taking the tube out. And I was just kind of getting my breath back and just like getting my bearings together. And the first thing out of my mouth was, where's my ex? I said his name. I was like, where's my ex? I asked my mom, because the last thing I seen was him trying to kill somebody about me. You feel what I'm saying? So she was mad at me for asking her that, but like, you can't really get mad at me. Like that's what I just went through the most traumatizing thing in my entire life. And I'm wondering, is he even alive? And so I asked, I'm like, where is he? She said, he's in jail. They told him, if he told them everything that happened, that they could see me. They coerced him into speaking and running his mouth. And he did because he wanted to see me. He told them everything. Ignorantly. The police ain't never on your side. Please understand. If they say they trying to help you, unless you literally did nothing, you know what I'm saying, you're a victim or whatever, but they knew it was something fishy in this situation. They wasn't on nobody's side, especially not even mine. And yeah, I woke up and found out he was in jail, and you know what I'm saying, that was a whole situation. But what's crazy is, and I'm gonna end it right here and then go on with the next video. What's crazy is the detective that was over this case, I was considered a victim in this case. Regardless of whether I committed a crime, I'm a victim. Somebody tried to kill me. Bro, the crime happened. The dude tried to kill me at like 10 p.m. All of this happened at like 10 p.m., bro. The detective on the case had them suspend the case at 12 a.m. 2 hours later, I just almost died. And they suspended the case. Keep in mind, it was on video. It was right next to a hotel that had cameras. It was all on video. Everything that happened, his car, what he looked like. I remember, that's a whole different part. All that was on video. They had the case suspended at 12 a.m. Lied on the police report saying that I admitted to prostitution, that I had a conversation with the police and admitted to prostitution. I was dying. What you mean I had a conversation with y'all? I had to go to the hospital, emergency. I would have died. I was bleeding out. What are you talking about? Lied on the police report, all that, and labeled it aggravated assault instead of attempted murder and suspended the case at 12 a.m. The same detective came up to the hospital 2 weeks later. I couldn't walk, by the way. I couldn't walk for 3 months after this. I had to let my pelvis heal. I couldn't walk. I was in the hospital for like 3 weeks. The detective came like 2 weeks later talking about, introduced himself. Hi, I'm detective, whatever. I know you were prostituting. I know you're a prostitute. Or said something. The first thing out of his mouth was, I know you're a prostitute. Keep in mind, I'm laying in bed. I almost just lost my life. And this dude coming here that I don't even know. I don't never met him in my life. And that's the first thing out of his mouth to me. Bro, I looked at him so crazy and just shook my head, bro, and just looked back at the TV, watching TV, bro. I'm like, bro, why? Like, just imagine being in my shoes. I was like, bro, why you even, man, get out of my face. Like, I just almost died. I don't want to hear none of this, bro. Even though I was doing that. I don't, like, get out of my face, fam. Like, you disrespectful. You feel what I'm saying? So, then he asked me what the dude looked like who shot me. And I gave him a description. I remember very distinctly the description I gave him. I said, he's black, big hair, bushy eyebrows. He looks like a frog. He has frog-like characteristics. And he was handsome. I remember exactly what I told him. And they put in the police report from that night that I gave them no description of what the dude looked like. So, all of this, so the detective come up there. He really came up there for me to try to tell him about my ex because they arrested him. And they were trying to get me to talk to him about my ex, so they had a case on him. Bro, so anyways, that's the whole thing that I'm still to this day trying to get in order. That man needs to lose his job. You know what I'm saying? That's dangerous. You can't be playing with human trafficking unit. You playing in a human trafficking unit like that, bro, you putting lives at risk already. They're already at risk. You ain't making it no easy. He needs to lose his job. There needs to be people in the human trafficking units that really care about the cause and care about the people who are victims of sex trafficking, human trafficking, whatever. Anyways, bro, this gnat, man. Get out of my face, bro. So, yeah. So I'm gonna end it there. I was in the hospital, so my ex was in jail. I couldn't walk for 3 months. And, you know what I'm saying? And I was in a wheelchair for like another month after I got out of the hospital, or a month or two, and then I was on a walker. And then I could walk eventually after 3 months without the walker. But that was the most traumatizing thing I've ever been through in my entire life. I was so scared, bro. When I tell y'all, like, when I was dying, I was so terrified. I was terrified because I knew I was finna face God. I knew I was finna face God. I knew Jesus was God. I knew all of this. I knew Jesus was God. I had an encounter with him when I was 16. I told y'all. I knew he was holy, and I knew he was just, and I knew I was finna go to hell. Because I knew it was worse, because I knew who he was and I had faith in him, but did not obey him. I didn't repent. Nobody taught me about repentance, and I believe that's why he had grace and mercy on me and allowed me to live through this situation, because I didn't repent. I was like, bro, I'm finna go to hell. Bro, I was so scared. And when you get to hell, ain't no go take backsies. You're there. I was like, bro, I'm finna be eternally separated from everybody that I love and care about and from God. I was so terrified, bro. I was so scared. Bro, I can't even explain in words. That night, the fear of God was put in me. That night, I feared God. I never understood what the fear of the Lord was. People say, well, fearing God is just respect. It is respect, but it's also he can kill your body and your soul. The Bible says don't fear man that can kill your body, but God can kill your body and your soul. Fear him. That's the only logical fear there is to have, is the fear of God. I feared God that night, bro. I was so scared. I was like, bro, I'm finna go to hell. Like, bro, I can't even explain to y'all, like, the position that I was in. I was really dying. I really was gonna die. And I was really gonna face God and answer for my life. I did nothing for him. And it wasn't even that I did nothing for him. I didn't give him my life. I believed and still rejected him by the action of not giving him my life and giving him my all and loving him with all my heart, soul, and mind. I didn't receive his Holy Spirit. None of that, bro. I was so scared, bro. I was like, fam, bro, I was so scared, bro. And then people be like, well, you're fear-mongering. It's just, you're not supposed to just be afraid. Like, no, yes, you are, bro. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The beginning of wisdom. If you don't fear God, you're foolish. You're foolish. Because he could really put your soul in hell. And it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to obey him so I don't go to hell. I'm going to obey him because I love him. But it's the realization that he can kill my soul. Boy, I was so afraid, fam, to face God and answer for my life. I was not ready. I wasn't ready to answer for my life. Boy, that's a different ball game, bro. Don't play with your soul, fam. Don't play with your soul like that, bro. That was the most, it was sad. It was really, the whole situation was just sad, bro. It was sad. And I had people prophesy to me after I gave my life to Christ that night, God sent legions of angels to protect me and to keep me from dying that night. And I believe it, because I should be dead. I should be dead, bro. I should be dead, fam. So I just thank God, like, I should be dead. I can't do anything but give him the glory. What can I do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end the video here and continue on in the next one. But I don't know, bro. That changed my life. It changed my life after that. Now, I still didn't give my life to Christ after that, but I had a whole different perspective on life again. Even after my encounter with Jesus, this right here gave me a new perspective. Even outside of meeting him, it was like, no, I really have to obey him. That's when I understood. And so, man, I'm going to end it here, though. God bless you guys, and I love you.